question is, what was our experience like? I've asked earlier, how many people placed orders? Okay, so a lot of people said they placed orders. Well, not too many, a few people. So I will ask the question again. If you have not answered before, maybe you're just joining us. How many of us we tried to place an order yesterday or today? You've placed an order by yourself. Did you, if you have placed an order by yourself? David didn't place an order. Wow, he wasn't around yesterday, but I thought you were going to go through the video. I shared the video for yesterday, the training for yesterday on the group. Okay, Carlos didn't place any order. You lost in placing an order. Okay, you did. Okay, so definitely we have to, yeah, Timmy did. Okay, so we have to work on that again today. We have to place some orders today, so that we understand how to place orders. Now, because that is what Forex is all about. If you don't understand how to place orders, then you're not trading. you must place orders, okay? You must learn to place orders, okay? That's inevitable. Let me use that word. It's inevitable not to place orders in Forex. It's what it's all about. All right, okay, let's start with the good news, okay? I taught us strategy yesterday, and we practiced, okay, with it. If you remember very well, I think we placed about 2 different orders yesterday using my strategy, yeah? So let's first of all review how those orders went, okay? So if we are able to review how the orders went, like I said to us, if it's a winning strategy, you will win almost all the time. So it's a winning strategy, and I will review that again today. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. I will review that again with us today. But let's look at what happened yesterday. Let's see what happened. If you remember, my live account also has been trading very poorly. It's been red, okay, in the last 2 days, right? And I showed us that yesterday. So if you check out, Pablo, please, can I have my phone, please, so I can follow along? Okay, thank you very much. All right, so if you look at that chart now, you see that my account is telling a different story, isn't it? Now, it's telling a different story. So this is what Forex is all about. It's about placing your orders, believing in your strategy, and of course, having a lot of patience, a whole lot of it, a whole lot of patience. So with a whole lot of patience, you will win at the end of the day. And even if you lose, you're not going to lose so much. So you can see that right now, my real account is paying off, okay? I can see 2 greens and 1 red, yeah? So that's what you can see here. You can actually see 2 greens here, this green and this green, okay? So 2 greens and 1 red, okay? The red is quite very big, but if you look at the net profit, it's quite good. It's green. The net profit is green, and so my equity is actually increased, yeah? But you can see that it's still fluctuating, okay? Because the red is getting more red, okay? So, excuse me. Okay, yeah? So you can see that is how it is. So if I wait some days longer, it's very possible that this 3rd red will also become green, okay? It's natural gas, and there is still hope that it will retrace itself. It actually almost hit where I placed the order earlier today, but because I wanted to show us in the class, I decided not to close the positions. So I left the positions open. Usually, I would have closed the position when it was here, and I would have increased my equity. But, well, this is for training, so I will still leave it. Now, but one thing, like I trained us, like I said to us during the class, one of the days, is that you should try as much as possible not to leave your orders, your open positions, till the next day, or I mean over the weekend, okay? Because anything can happen over the weekend. So these positions that I have, I'm not going to leave them over the weekend. So I'm not going to care how much I make eventually. All right, I have a target. I've said I've done my take profit and all that, and I have my own target in my mind. My target is to make at least, let's say, 5% this week. Okay, this is an account that we opened on Tuesday. So if I make a 5% this week, it's not bad at all. So making 5% every week will give you at the end of the month about 20%, which is good. Okay, but if I trade more, I mean, if I'm not using it for training and I'm trading every day, okay, using my winning strategy, definitely I will make more, than 5%. It's possible I make almost 10% every week. So if I make 10% every week, then at the end of the month, I should be making about 40%, which is awesome and very brilliant. So that's how you should trade. So don't leave your trades over till Monday, over the weekend. It's not really advisable. And yesterday I was teaching us about swap. Like many of us don't, possibly you don't have swap on your demo. If you don't have what is called swap on your demo, it's because you chose the Sharia compliant demo account. But like I said to you, the real account is not going to be Sharia compliant. So you can see from these live accounts here that we have this column where you have the swap. So I've explained what swap is to us, okay, yesterday. Swap is like the amount they charge you for keeping your order open overnight, like till the next day. So once your order is open till the next day, the swap keeps increasing. So you can see in this occasion, for the 3 orders that I have, the 3 of them actually have negative swaps. All right, so that's another reason why I will not keep these till Monday. Because by Monday, look at the first one, which is natural gas. The swap is crazy. This is too high. Just in 2 days, it has gotten to minus 1.12. That's the negative that I've acquired just in 2 days. So you can imagine if I leave it for 4 days, it's going to go to minus 2 point something. So you can imagine if you leave these for like 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the swap alone is going to go to like minus 20 something. So you have to be very careful. I think I taught us this earlier. You have to be very careful when you place your orders. You have to consider the swaps sometimes, especially when you're dealing in oil and gas. The swaps are very, very high, okay? And it's always negative. Now you can see the other swaps, the 2 on gold against US dollar. The 2 others, you have just 0.05. That's like 5 cents. So that's very, very low. Okay, so the swaps here are very, very low. So no problem. You can leave those ones for a long time. But like I said, hopefully I'm just waiting to get 5% from these 3 trades. Once I have 5% tonight, I'll close all the 3. I don't care what happens next, okay? Because I don't want to leave the others over the weekend, okay? So that's very important for us to know. All right, before we go back, I promised to show us what happened to the other account where we placed the orders. That was the demo account. Look at it. Now, what can you see? There are no open positions, okay? Everything cleared out. Wonderful. So we placed about 3 orders yesterday before we left, and everything cleared out. They actually cleared out before morning. All right. So that strategy is a very good strategy if you know how to read it very well and how to apply it. Okay. So it's my personal strategy. I didn't learn it from anyone. It's a strategy I developed over the years of trading. It's my personal strategy. So you can call it Akinsola parallel candle strategy. Why not? Okay, so it's my strategy and it's winning. Look at the history. So when you here, you can actually have the history. Okay, here you have positions. Those are the positions that are opened. Then you have the orders. These orders are, well, I'm not going to teach us this in this course. It's like when you are using the robot, okay? So when you place orders that will be executed in the future. So it's going to be like, what you call them? Buy stop and sell stop. That's what we call them. Not stop loss, not take profit. Those ones are different. Those ones are not orders. Those ones, they are just parameters that you set, okay, to take your profit or to reduce your loss. But when you talk about order, it's a robotic procedure that you can tell the computer to place an order for you at so price, okay, whether sell or buy. So if you want the computer to do a buy order at a very low price, that, okay, if this price, if this currency pair falls to this level, I want you to activate a buy order, okay, for so value and all that. So that will be a buy stop. And then if you want it to sell, maybe you see that the price might rise, okay, you see it going up and down, and you might not be there when it will rise to hit that point again. Then you can set, excuse me, you can set a sell stop. So a sell stop will be that when it reaches that peak, the computer will trigger the order and it will place an order for you. And of course, when it drops from there, you make profit. So this is like real full automated trading. Okay, you don't need to be there. You set everything. You can set 5 orders depending on the margin you have. And once they get to those prices, they trigger, and you can set your stop loss, take profit for each of those orders also. So it's like you can just set it in the beginning of the week, and by Friday, you just go check your account. Okay, what's up? Wow, you just see money, loaded in your account, because the computer does everything for you. Triggers the order, takes the profit or stops the loss, triggers the other trick. So all you need to do is, all you have in a week is 1 hour just to check the charts and make your decisions. You can use the weekly chart or the daily chart, use whatever system you want to use, analyze the market, and then you do all these robotic trades, and then you set everything and you leave. After 1 week, you come back and you check it. It works miracle. Okay, so that's why I said trading is not just for a particular set of people. Anyone can trade, whether you have time or you don't have time. That doesn't matter at all, and it depends on the strategy you are using. There are some strategies that really don't warrant you listening to news or following news and stuff like that. Okay, like the one I showed you yesterday. Even if you don't listen to news at all, you will still win. Okay, so it's a strategy that doesn't really depend on news. All right, so I promised to show us a few things today, and then I was going to show you the history. Yeah. So yeah, that's positions. So that's why you have positions there. Those are the positions that are open right now. We have 0, no positions open. Then orders, if you have standing orders, that's what you have here. This one to 0. And then you have history. So history is where you can check, okay, all the trades that you've made. Sometimes it's limited to 1 month, but you can actually increase the time or the date. Okay, look at it here. So here you can change the history, okay, of what you're going to see. So you can change the history by the period, or you can actually select dates. All right. So sometimes when we want to market our products to the investors, we use that tool. So we just show them our trade history, okay, for certain months, and show them that it works. Okay. Okay. Questions: weekly and daily charts. Which one is more preferable? Now, okay. Second question: what if your expectation did not happen? E.g., if you program it to sell and there is no fall, will you lose your money? No. If you are setting an order, nothing happens if it doesn't trigger. Okay, it's an order. If the price doesn't trigger, if it doesn't reach that point to trigger, nothing happens. You don't lose money, you don't gain money. Okay, so nothing happens. Now, someone asked, which of the charts do I suggest, the weekly or the daily chart? Now, I'll show you very soon, okay, how we do analysis. Now, there is no particular chart, okay, that I will suggest. It depends on the type of trade that you're doing. So, for example, if you want to do what we call instant trading, you might not need to check the history for a week or a month. You might just need to check the history in the last few hours, okay? Because you want to do instant trading. You want to trade now, and maybe just take some $5 or $2 and leave. Now, in that case, the best chart you should use is the 30 minutes or the 1 hour chart for instant trading, like, because you just study it now, look at the history today, and you move. But if you want to trade for a day, like day trader, definitely you have to check what it's been doing in a couple of weeks and possibly in the last few months, okay? And of course, if you are a positional trader, you want to trade for the next 3 months, 6 months, of course, you have to check the history even in years, okay? So the chart you don't have to stick to a particular chart. It depends on what you want to look out for, okay? You want to see the trend, which trend, and then you choose the chart that will show you that date or that time, okay? So when we do a little bit of analysis now, you will see that. Then here, you can see the history. So this is what we did yesterday. So yesterday night, if you remember, we placed a sell order. Well, no. This one, we just set the take profit. You remember that we had this order from a long time, okay? It was an order that we had from a long time, and I did not set any take profit. But yesterday we did that, and look at that. Look at what it earned us. We got 187 euros, okay, from that just yesterday night. Thanks to that take profit, because it was a sell on US dollar indices, okay, US 30 indices. It was a sell. Now let's look at what the graph says now. So assuming we did not set the take profit, look at that. Can you see that? This is 1 hour chart. So it means that yesterday, this is today by right now, this is the time right now. So it means that yesterday was around here. Okay, this was where it hit the profit. This was where we set the take profit. Okay, now you can now imagine if we did not set this take profit here. Okay, no, I think it was around 21. No. We set the take profit around here. Okay, excuse me. Yeah, around here. This was where we were yesterday. I think it was this particular candle when we set the take profit. To take the profit, something around here. So you can imagine if we did not set that take profit, of course, it really went down more, even up to this morning, that we could have made ×3 of what we made. But listen, we're not oracles, okay? We're not Forex prophets. No one could have said it would come this low. But we were comfortable making a little money, like 180, and we decided to take our profit there. That's beautiful. Never regret when the market swings more than what you expected. The little you have made is better than what you would have lost, okay? So now, but look at what happened. Now, assuming we didn't set a take profit, I would have woken up this morning around 8 o'clock, and this was what happened at 8 o'clock. It just jumped up, and it started going up. And by this time, by this period here, look at this peak that it reached today, that order would have been negative again, okay? It would have been negative, but some 6 hours ago, it dropped again. And now, look at where it is right now. So if I did not set a take profit, if I open that graph right now, it would have been negative. So that's why you should always set your take profit when you place an order. So when you place an order, always set the take profit. So you see what that earned us. That was yesterday. And then for our strategy, we placed 2 orders on Brent, both sell. And we decided to take just a little profit of 8 euros plus or 9 euros. And look at that. We got it. So our strategy worked. Our strategy just gave us about 18 euros, okay, overnight. I mean, if you make that every day, what else are you looking for? Okay, if you make that every day on a thousand euro account, if you're making like 18 or 20, let's say we place 3 orders, it should have been 3 orders. So if you're making 20 euros every night, that's 100 euros a week. So in a month, you will comfortably be making how much? 400 euros. I don't think that is bad at all. And look at the time that this triggered. Can you see the time here? At 1:37 in the night. So it means that just 3 or 4 hours after we placed that order, it hit. Why? Because the strategy works. We already knew that it was going to form like a parallel chart, from what we had yesterday. Let's look at the chart again. This is where we placed the order. So I'm going to explain the strategy again. So if you were not here yesterday, listen carefully. Okay? Now, watch this. We use the daily chart, okay? And look at it. This is what we got. Let me increase the candlestick, okay? Now, this is what we got. Yeah. So, what is this strategy about? You look out for charts, okay, instruments that more or less, when you look at the daily chart, I mean, this is a day trade, okay? When you look at the daily chart, they form more or less like parallel lines with reference to the previous day, like the candle for the previous day. When they form more or less like a parallel line, that are, close together, then the strategy should be able to work. So it doesn't matter what the news is saying or what. The only thing is you should try to listen to the news so that the instrument you're trying to trade is not one that is under pressure, okay? So that you don't risk your money unnecessarily. But thanks to stop loss, you can actually reduce or minimize your loss, okay? So if you don't win, then you lose a little, no problem. But let's go over the strategy. Now, this is what the strategy says. Now, I'm going to draw some lines, yeah? Let's start from here, okay? Now, you see this candle? This was the peak it got to, and this was the low, okay? So if you draw that line down, okay, this is the line that this particular green candle formed, okay, in one day. It's a daily chart in one day. Then the next candle to it, look at the peak, and this is the lowest low, okay? So you choose the high and the low, and then you draw a line, yeah? Now, let's go to the next one, right? This is the peak, this is the low, and then you draw that line, okay? Now, you don't need to draw 3 lines together. You only need 2 candles at a time, because you're going to compare the candle, the present day candle, to the previous day, okay? So the present candle you're considering, you reference it to the previous day, okay? So we need just 2 of these at the beginning. Now, if you look at these 2 candles, 2 lines, okay, let's join this with this, okay, where they just hit. Now you'll find out that this new candle, this red candle, actually formed along the line of the old one a lot. So it's almost like we have a very long parallel line in between those 2 lines. That's what we are looking at. So you have these parallel lines between those 2 lines, okay? Okay, fine. Now, let's go back to the next one. So, still looking at this last one, let's look at it to the next day. This is the candle that was formed the next day. This is the line, all right? If you join those 2 lines together, what do you find? You find out that the majority part, a good portion of this new candle, this second candle here, actually runs through the previous day candle, and it has this parallel formation, Okay, now, so let's go to the next day after that. I mean, you don't always have to draw a line. Okay, so don't start asking me, how do I draw the line? You can use your hands, you can use your eyes, but if you want to draw a line, okay, on the, excuse me, on the chart itself, look at this, on this side, excuse me, on this side of your chart, you have all these tools. I mean, it's a rush class, so I'm not going to be teaching you all this. But all these tools are what you can use to draw, okay, to draw lines, to draw charts, and so on and so forth, okay? Now, so we have this line, and then we have this next day, okay? This is the highest and the low. So if you join it, take us. Sorry, my mouse is just messing me up. Okay, if you join it again, you see that it covers, you know, a whole of it. So this is what I call the parallel lines. Now, what we did yesterday was this. We considered this last one, okay, and we looked at the yesterday one, okay, and we saw that it still has some parallel lines to it. So yesterday we decided to draw the one for yesterday. Now, you use this strategy when it is few minutes for the market to end for the day, okay? Few minutes. And that time, the market is very slow. So possibly it might not be moving much. You see, right now, it's even a bit slow. So you can't be seeing so much movement. So you do it from 9, 10 in the night, okay, when the market is about to close. Because once the market is about to close, it's very likely that the new candle, which is a new day, will be forming along that line of the current price, okay, at 9 or 10 in the night, okay, when the market is almost closing. Don't go and don't use this strategy when the market is just opening, because a lot of people go like, no, I'll wait for it to open. And then once it opens, I'll quickly place my order. You're going to make mistakes. Because sometimes, most of the time, when the market opens like that afresh, the movement can be brutal. Okay, it can have some brisk movement. It can go up and down, up and down. So you might miss it, and you might make errors. So it's better you place the order. You use the strategy just some minutes, like 30 minutes, 15 minutes before the candle closes for that day, and before another candle is opened. Okay, so please, very important. Now look at this. So this is what we did yesterday. We drew this line, and we assumed, okay, because the candle, I mean, the price was here that yesterday. So we knew that it was going to open up maybe around this place, okay? And then we look at the trend. We see that it has been going up. So we know, or we knew, that it was going to retrace itself at least a little bit, okay, from what it has been. Yeah, that's yesterday. So we placed our order here, and we placed a sell, and then we set our take profit at something around here, and that was how we got our 9 euros. Okay, so, and look at it, lo and behold, it worked. So if you look at it today, you draw the line again. This was the highest high today, and this is the lowest. You draw that line, and then you try to join the two. You see that you still have some parallelism in these two lines. So that little parallel spot that formed that rectangle was where we got our 18 euros from. Can you believe that? Okay. If today was not a weekend, if today wasn't a Friday, we would have just used the same method, because the market is about closing. We would have drawn another line, which would be here. And we know that the new candle for the next day, well, not now, will be forming right around here, okay, between here and here. And then we will make our decision. Now, if you look at this present candle, what has happened? It really dropped low. It dropped from here up to this point, and then it went a bit up, okay? It retraced itself up. So if a new candle is going to be forming, one thing is very sure. This candle will form something parallel to this, to the candle of today, okay? Assuming tomorrow is not Saturday, that's what I'm saying. So if I want to place my order here, I will place the order, okay, at this line, and then I can do a take profit here, just a little bit above it, because I'm very sure that it will retrace itself back up to this point no matter what. And I'll take my take profit there, and that's it. It might be as little as 9, 10, 5, even 5 euros. I don't care. As long as I can do that in like 4 or 5 different positions, I'm okay for the day. So, and you will be shocked that once the market opens newly from that point, before you know, in 1, 2, 3 hours, it will take it. Okay, so that is how this strategy works. I hope we understand it, no? With a lot of practice, you will. And hopefully before we finish tonight, if I have chance, I'll go over it again with another chart. Maybe not this particular currency. I'll go over it again so that you will know, okay, because I know the question a lot of us will be asking now is, how do I know the chart, okay, to use? I will show you. So I'll show you how to look for that chart, okay, that you can use that strategy with, okay? So I'll show us that before we go tonight. All right, I promised to share some websites with us yesterday, and that is what I want to do quickly. So I'm going to share just a few. Okay, look at this. This is the natural gas. So my real account now should have given me the 10 euros I was waiting for. So I want to go and close that. Okay, so you see what I was talking about. With a lot of patience, honestly, you could hit good. Now, so you see my real account now. The price just changed, and now I have about 7 euros 47. Okay, so we have about 7 euros 52 as the net profit. So what will happen if I close all these now? My balance, which was 203, becomes my equity. It will become about 210. Okay, so that's what happens if I close all these 3 positions now. Okay, so let me just leave it, and that's my target. My target is to make 5%. 5% of 200 is actually 10 euros. So if I close that, then I'm okay for the week. Now, some will go like, oh, so what is 10 euros? But I invested only 200. Okay, so you don't have to be over greedy. With 200, don't expect to make 100 euros in a week. All right, that's greediness. So that's that. Thank you very much. I think we've learned from that this week. I'm going to close. Now, to close your positions, maybe you see that the market is swinging very high and low, and you just quickly want to close all your positions together. You can use this button. Look at it here. It says close all positions. If I click on that now, it will close the 3 together. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Another way is to close each of them. I can close these and then later close these and then later close this. Okay, I can close the 3 of them individually, or I use this close all positions and close all of them at the same time. So I'm going to close it when it's on 11. I don't want to risk it to come down. So once it's 11, 211, then I'll close all. Now, why do I want to do that? If I click on close all positions now, it's possible that before the 3 of them will close, the market will, the price will drop and it will not hit the 210. Okay, so for me, it's a personal thing. So for me, when I want to close all positions, I allow the price to go a little bit above what I expect. So if it gets to like 211, then I try to quickly close all of them. Why? So even if it drops, it will drop to about 210. Okay, so you see that it's dropping now. It's going to 209. So if I risk closing all now and I don't hit the 210, I will not be happy. All right, let me answer this question. Then, if you have to make an order at that point, what type of order will you make? A buy or a sell? I would have made a buy. Remember that what I propose is that it will rise up a little bit. So I would have placed a buy order on that chart that I analyzed earlier. I would have placed a buy, okay, believing that it will go a bit up. So that's that. So remember, you place a buy order when you expect the market to go up. You place a sell order when you expect the market to come down. Okay, thank you. All right, so Let's move on to the websites. Okay, I want to close this now. Okay, I think 2:10. Now just click on close all. You see, all of them closed at the same time. I think you saw that. So now I'm free for the week, right? When greediness comes in, you go like, wow, I have money, so now I can actually trade. And then you go like, okay, let me just trade some more. No, I am done for the week and I am done for the week. Okay, I should give myself an applause and take a scoop of ice cream. Okay, and that's it. So you need to develop that discipline. Okay, now the only thing I'll be doing for the rest of the day, well, it's almost closed now, and over the weekend, I do this over the weekend. Now I will relax because I know I cannot even place any order. Then I will begin to analyze all the charts. You can make orders on Friday, but I don't advise it, because when you make an order on Friday, then the market closes on Friday. If you make an order on Friday to close it before the market closes on Friday, yes, it's all right. But if you make an order on Friday to close it on Monday, remember that you're going to accrue some swap. So why not wait till Monday to place your orders, okay? So yes, you can place orders on Friday if it's going to be instant trade or daily trade. You trade now, you close it before the end of the day. Beautiful, okay? Now the strategy I just showed us, you can also use it on hour candles, okay? So 1 hour candle. So for example, it's remaining 14 minutes right now for this particular chart to change. Now, if I have studied this and I see that it's giving me parallel lines since morning, okay, this is a good time to trade. You just wait a little bit. For an hour chart, you have to wait till it's like 3 minutes before the new candle forms, okay, because the movement is a bit more brusque than the daily chart. So you wait like 3 minutes or 2 minutes before the new candle forms, and then you place your order, set your profit and all that. But in this case, you might not be able to make more than $2, $3. So this is very good for people that trade instant trading. So instant traders, they use this a lot. You can use this a lot. So you just pick your $2 or $3 per hour, and that's it. And what else do you want? I mean, if you commit yourself to this, right now that you are sitting at home, you can decide and go like, okay, I want every hour that I'm sitting at home to worth $3 for me. Okay, so commit 8 hours to it. You're not working for a company right now because your company is down, your hotel is closed down. The same hours you should have been working with the hotel, commit it to trading, and let every hour make you $3. Do you know how much you're going to make at the end of the day? That's 24 euros. So imagine we've been home now 2 months and 1 week or so, 2 and 1 week. Yeah, I calculated it today. I signed all my papers today. 2 months and 1 week. Imagine if I had been making $3 every day of those 2 months. How much would that have been? That's 40 times about 24, right? That should have been about 1,200. 1,200. That's a lot of money. And you can actually do that even with a 200 euro account. So a lot of people complain they don't have jobs. No, I don't think it's because they don't have jobs. I think they don't have what they can be doing. Okay, so now you have something you can be doing. Oh, but I don't have real money. Try it on your demo. Put 8 hours to it. And like I explained to you, you're not going to be sitting down in front of a computer for 8 hours. It's just that before the hour strikes, okay, 5 minutes to every hour, you take your decision, place your order, and you leave it. Maybe under 15, 20 minutes, it will take the profit if you calculated very well. And then you wait another hour. 5 minutes before that, you go there, place another order, and wait for it. So it's not like you sit down with the computer all through 8 hours, except you enjoy watching the chart and seeing the patterns. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, orders can be placed in advance. That was what I was explaining earlier. That's called an order, okay? If you look at the chart, you see positions, orders. Yeah, that's robot trading. So that order that will start reading on Monday, you have to you have to set the computer to take that order for you. And that order, most of the time, the distance between the present value and the value at which you want that order to be placed is always a bit high. Okay. So yeah, with 200, I traded three different orders. Yes, I did. But the volumes are very low, and of course, I actually set stop loss for all of them. So I wasn't going to lose all the 200. Okay. Now let's quickly look at the website. Now for trading, you want to learn a bit more. You want to further your training with Forex, especially when it comes to the terminologies and all that. You want to know about that. I suggest that you go to babypips.com. Okay, where can I write that for us to see? Let me write it here. So if you have a note, babypips.com. Baby like baby. Baby Pips. PIPS. Okay, babypips.com. Okay, so you can go there and yes, you can learn a whole lot from there. Okay, I think I'll just share the screen. Let me share my computer screen with you. Okay, so I will just type it there for you. I've typed them here. So, but for Baby Pips, it's this, babypips.com. It's free. Okay, sorry, Baby Pips, not Baby Pips. Baby Pips. Yeah, so it's free, and the trainings are very wonderful. Okay, the trainings are very wonderful. You can actually get some signals to. They can teach you how to read the chart, how to follow the trends, and all. I use this a lot. I actually used this website to prepare a lot of my materials. Well, my first material, the one that had to do with a lot of talk. I use this. I use this website to prepare that. So you can learn to advanced level, with them. All the technical analysis, charts, and all that. Yeah, you can learn a lot from them. So also you have news there. So you can actually read the news from there. These news, I know you know what news are for now. They will tell you what's going on, what's possible to happen. You have trading, you have education, forums, and all like that. So Baby Pips is what I recommend for further studies and training. Okay, yeah. Okay, for those using phones, how do you close your orders or positions? Let me show you. Sorry, today is like more of question and answer and rounding off, okay, with everything. To close your position, now I don't have any position open. Well, if you're using your phone, okay, and you've placed an order, let me see. Let me quickly place an order, okay. Let me just place a funny order. Okay. All right. So I just placed an order of Euro US dollar. Okay. So if you look at your phone right now, okay, let it focus. I need to take my face away. It has to focus on it. Okay. Now you see Euro US dollar. So what you need to do when you want to close the order is you click on that. Sorry, that's the chart. You click, where is it? Okay, yeah. You click on this Euro US dollar, you click, it brings the chart, and then when you swipe, where is it? Yeah, up here, you'll see it. You have overview, and then you have positions. So when you click on positions, you see it comes out. And then there and then, you can close with the close icon there, okay? You can just close. It will ask you, do you want to close this position? Yes, and it's closed, okay? So that's how you close on your phone, all right? That's how you close on your phone. I hope you understand that, yeah? Okay, so if you're still having problems with that, you can talk to me later. I will show you, maybe on WhatsApp. We do a WhatsApp call or something, and I'll show you. Okay. So that's how you close on your phone. All right. So I was talking about the website. So for training, yeah, you can use babypeeps.com. And for news, okay, I subscribed to Action Forex a long time ago. I subscribed to Action Forex because they send news to me. Okay, so you can also subscribe to them if you want. I mean, they will send you emails every day, maybe twice a day sometimes. And when there are movements in the market, when there are news that you really need to be aware of, they will send to you. So it's called actionforex.com. So for your news, yeah, you can subscribe to actionforex.com. They also have analysis. You can read their analysis. They have lots of professionals that make analysis. Okay, you have fundamental analysis, technical analysis, in-depth research. Yeah, you can, read those. Okay, there are people, you see that. So you see all kinds of analysis. Sorry, these are, yeah, fundamental analysis. So you can read all this news. Okay, global growth concerns weigh on risk appetite. The China-US dispute is pulling markets down again. That one is from FX Pro, FXTM. So you see all types of brokers also giving news, okay, and saying what they think. And then you can see the outlook. Well, you have your charts. You don't need that outlook. You can actually see the charts on your own. Okay, so for news and updates, I will recommend Action Forex. I've been using them for 13 years now, 13 years. And I always enjoy it. Every morning I read them as I read my devotions, okay? After reading my Bible, if I read it, or my devotionals, the next thing I read is my Forex news. So I must read it before I leave my bed every morning. Even if I'm not trading that day, I will know what is happening. I must know what is happening around the financial markets because that is my business, okay? So that's that. Then for more news, okay, news and analysis and charts, you can use investing.com, okay? Investing.com is very good when it comes to news analysis, okay? And also they have these very beautiful instrument. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, sorry, just give me a second. Okay, here at investing.com, they have the charts and the analysis. When you click on the charts and the analysis, they actually tell you whether you should place a buy or a sell, okay, on particular, that's on the charts. Yeah, I guess. No, not the charts now. Where is it? It should be on the analysis, Forex market. Yeah, analysis, and you go to Forex market. So they will tell you which one is a strong buy, which one is a strong sell. Yeah, the chart is running now up and down. Where is it? Okay, yes, look at it here. Okay, so you can see here that Euro US dollar, okay, for Euro US dollar, I don't know if I can draw on this. Yeah, look at this. So this is the chart where you can get, some kind of signals. Now, listen to me. I'm not recommending it to you, but you can learn from them, okay? I don't trade with these signals. I only use these signals to reassure myself, okay, of my trades. So when I make my decisions, sometimes, not always, when I'm very sure of my decisions, I just make my decisions like what we did yesterday night. I was very sure of it. I make my decision and that's it. When I'm very sure of my decisions, I make it and that's it. But when I'm doubtful, okay, if I have doubts at all, I come to investing.com, okay? Or when I place an order and it's not going my way, then I come to investing.com and see their signals and see what the indicators actually say. Now look at this here. This is the current currency that they are giving the summary here. So it's saying to you that when you look at the moving averages, those are the MACDs, for example, it says 7 of them are saying that you should place a buy, and 5 of them are saying that you should place a sell. It says, but the indicators, okay, which is another way of analyzing, another tool for technical analysis, for the indicators, only 1 is saying a buy, but 7 are saying sell. Okay, so if you look at that very well, at the end of the day, if you look at what they are saying here, they said it's neutral. Okay, so because the moving average is saying buy, the indicators are saying sell, so it's neutral. So that's why I said your own decision is always the final. Okay, your own decision is always the final. But you can see, like Euro USD, for them here, they said is a strong sell. So when you have a strong sell or a strong buy, it's very likely. Now let's go back to the chart. Okay, Euro USD, that's one they say strong sell, right? Now let's go to the chart, okay, and see what Euro USD is like. Okay, now let's go to the chart. Where is the chart? Euro USD. Let's go to Euro USD chart. It's saying a strong sell. Now look at Euro USD. It has really come down. Now that strong sell, the question now is, are you to strong sell now, or was it a sell when it was up here? Was he saying you should sell when it was up here? Okay, that is what you might not be sure of. Now, if you ask me genuinely, will you, Akinsola, will you sell at this point? Then I will check the other graphs. Okay, now I'm looking at it in the 4-hour chart. It actually came down, but it really looks like it might come down the more. Okay, then I will check it in the 12-hour chart, for example. Now I see why they say it's a strong sell. It's really coming down. You see how it's changing as you're changing the chart. Then look at the daily chart. All right, it just hit this peak. Look at the peak. Sorry, let me show you. So it means it just hit this peak, which is like a resistance point. Why do I say it's a resistance point? Because that's the same point it hit here before it fell. That's the same point it hit here before it fell. It was only here that it went above it, and of course here. But if you look at all these other places, look at this place. It looks like a point that means a lot to this currency pair. And it hit it here, it fell this much. It hit it here, it fell this much. Now it has hit it here and it's falling. So that is why they said a strong sell, because it might fall this much. So if I really want to place an order and I'm looking at the day chart, I might place a sell, but I will not put my take profit here. Excuse me. I will not put my take profit here because this might be too far. It's a big risk. It might not reach where it reached the last 2 times. I will place my sell and I'll take my profit here just before all that. Okay, so that's one of the ways you can use like all these websites. Okay, so it might not be your final decision tool, but it's actually very useful sometimes when you want to make your decision. So for that, I also recommend investing.com, okay, just because of those signals. My partner actually introduced me to that, Mr. Sonny, that taught us yesterday, and I'm so grateful that he introduced me to that because it's very useful, okay? So if you are trading and you need to make decisions and you are not very sure, you can go to investing.com just to see what they are saying about that currency pair, okay? And they do that for all the currencies. You can see here, they do it for commodities also. They would tell you if it's a strong buy, a strong sell. Gold is a buy. Silver is a strong buy. Copper is a buy. Crude oil is a strong buy. Brent oil is a strong buy. Natural gas that I just closed now, they said is a strong buy on the hourly basis. Okay, if you put it on the daily chart, what do they say? natural gas is a strong sell. You see how it changed. So you have to be careful the chart that you're looking at, even on this. Look at the time frame. It's very important. Okay, so the time frame actually tells different stories. Okay, different stories. Strong sell here, but you just change that same time frame to hours, and what happens? It becomes a strong buy. Okay, so you should be careful when you're using these instruments. Okay, if you're not so sure of them, don't use them. But once you're on demo account, please use them, and use them a lot. Okay, very important. Now, which other website do I have for us? I've talked about Action, Forex, Baby Pips, and the Investing. Those are the three I actually want to share with us. Okay, so those ones are good enough for us. With those three, you don't go wrong. Now, when you want to listen to financial news, okay, I also have these Bloomberg Global Financial News. Okay, it's on YouTube. If you don't have it on your DSTV or whatever, you can have it on YouTube. Okay, it's Bloomberg Global Financial News. It's live and it's 24/7. Okay, so you can just go to your YouTube channel or just go to the YouTube website, and in the search, don't know why my computer has been a bit slow these days. Got too much on it. All right, so in the search button, you can type Bloomberg Live. Okay, so there you click on that. You can write that down, Bloomberg. So you see it's live. All right, so you have the Bloomberg Live. That you have the one that is just Bloomberg Live, and then you have the Bloomberg Global Financial News. That's the one. You click on it, and you're listening to financial news. Just like CNN tells news around the world, they tell financial news. You see that? So you see company owners talking, they talk about crises, they talk about, so the truth is, I wouldn't lie to you, when I wasn't working from home, okay, when I wasn't working from home, this is what I usually have in my office 24/7. You know, I use earpiece to work. So once I'm not attending to a client.
What do you think? You know, Jeffrey, you've seen a fair amount of cycles. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's going to stay elevated?
Okay, let's listen to this for a while.
Say some of those temporary setbacks in the labor market will become permanent.
Yeah, I think people, the hopeful people, the optimists are saying, 80% are temporary, and then most people come back. I think it's much lower than that. I think it's maybe something close to 60%.
Okay, so you can hear that. I mean, that's a piece of information talking about unemployment. If it's going to stay there for a long time or not, he said, well, 80% after the crisis might stay like that, but maybe later on 60% and all that. I mean, when you listen to all this news, it actually helps you to understand how the market moves. Because when there is a breaking news, maybe about oil spill, about bombing of the oil ridge and stuff like that, you will hear them here first. When there is economic crisis and stuff like that, you hear all these things first from these guys, and it can actually help you to know the direction of the market. And of course, they also interpret the news in relation to the financial market. So this is a news page that I always listen to. I love listening to it when I'm at work. But I have to confess to you, since I've been working from home, I didn't have to listen to it. So I've not been listening to it. I just read on Google or whatever. So that's it. So those are the websites and the links that I have for us. Those 4 is enough for you. I mean, there is nothing else you need to know or learn in Forex that you will not find on those 4 links. Okay, so I think I've done justice to that. All right. Someone also asked about the instruments, for analysis yesterday. So I will touch on that a little bit today. Okay, but the truth is, you might not understand very well, okay, because it's a little bit advanced, okay, but nonetheless, try as much as possible to pick whatever you can pick, okay, from what I will teach you. All right, now we have different types of instruments. Please, let me say to you, I really, in all sincerity, don't really use many of these instruments any longer, okay? I've used them in the past to learn and to grow my system, right? So, but for us, it's very good that we use them and learn them, okay? Because one day you might need them. And of course, as a trader, you should know what they mean. So when you're reading financial news and you hear about indicators, oscillators, I mean, we talked about that right now from that investing.com. We were talking about the oscillators and the indicators and all that, and possibly you go like, okay, what does that mean? They're talking about the instruments that they've used to make analysis of the market. And to get that on your chart, you can get it on your phone too. I mean, it's a mess. But I'm not going to show that now because of my time. Personally, one-on-one, I can show you later. Anyone that will be interested, you can call me up and I'll show you. But on the chart here, okay, look at this angle. On the left-hand side of your chart, you have a whole lot of instruments. Remember, the ones on the right are for drawing, okay, to make drawings. Although we have some other instruments there, which I will show you very soon, but they are actually to make drawings, okay? You will draw what you want with the ones on the right. The ones on the left is just to bring to life certain drawings. I'll use the word drawings, okay? They are instruments that you can use to analyze the market. Now, for today, I'm just going to teach us about two of them. Now, like I said, I don't use them, okay? But I attended the master class last week, and someone taught us how to use the FSI 14. So I will teach us exactly what the person taught us. I don't use it. I would want to practice it. Maybe next week I will practice it also. It sounded nice, looked nice. Yeah. So this one is to increase your chart, I mean your candlesticks, or to reduce the size, okay? This is the size I like to use. But when I want to make my analysis, I love to increase it up to this so that I will see the parallel candles and all that and make my decisions and all, okay? Now, assuming today is not Friday, this particular currency pair would have been very nice to trade, okay, because it's been forming a whole lot of parallel lines. Well, up till now, it's a dangerous time to trade parallel lines with this, okay, because it's falling. So, but if it was some days before now, look at all these places, you would have made a lot of money because they are so parallel. These lines are so damn parallel. Look at all the money. That's all the money you would have made. But right now, it's not safe because it's gone up. Now it's coming down, so you might not really have a lot of parallel lines. Right now, you see this. It wasn't even almost parallel at all. Okay, so this is not a good time to use parallel lines for this. Akinsola parallel candle lines. All right, so let's go back to the instruments. Now, if you look at this place, after that, you have the bar charts, the candlesticks, the line chart, the dot chart. I mean, you can change this chart. If you don't like the candlestick, you can use the bar chart. You see what the bar chart looks like. I don't like it, okay? But it's almost the same thing as the candlestick. As a matter of fact, this helps you if you want to use that parallel line method. You can see the ones that are parallel straight without you drawing the line. So they already draw the lines for you. Wow, that's true. I can actually use this. It's actually better. So if I want to do my analysis for parallel lines, I think this is the best one for me to use. So you can see the exit points, the entry point, the entry point, the exit point, the entry point, the exit point very easily, okay? So it's easy to detect that. That's entry point, exit point, entry point, exit point, entry point, exit point, entry point, exit point. So it's very easy to detect that. And of course, the lines are already drawn, so you can actually see how parallel, you know, they are to each other. Okay, so it's very easy to get that out of the way. Okay, see how parallel they are. Well, from here, it wasn't that parallel. Okay, this was very parallel. This was very parallel. Today, it's not so much parallel to that of yesterday. So if tomorrow wasn't Saturday and I need to place another here, you see the market is almost closing. So the entry point for the next one would have been somewhere here. Okay, so what order would I have placed? And I see that the trend is coming down. So I would have placed a buy. I would have placed a quick buy and take my profit around here. Okay, so I would assume that it will make a line like this by tomorrow. So I would have placed a buy here and take the profit here. This would have given me about 10 euros. That's what I would have done, okay? But tomorrow is Saturday, let's not joke with that. All right, so let's get back to, someone says, I didn't get the lines you said. Is this the lines? No, what I'm just saying is, here you can change the type of pattern you're using. So you can actually use the bar chart, which we have now. So you have bars, like lines. Or you use the candlestick, which we've been seeing before. Or you can use the line chart. Some people use the line chart. I don't use the line chart because I can't see anything. I used to say to people, okay, what are you studying here? You just see up and down, up and down. How do I make my decisions? But this is what majority of the people use on Wall Street. That's right. This is what they use, many of them. So I don't know how they do it, but they are professionals, isn't it? So this is the line chart, and then you have the dots chart. Now, this dot chart is good for people that make a whole lot of technical analysis. They make their drawings. I mean, if you see some people's charts, you go crazy like, wow, what is this? Now, I didn't go to school to study this. I'm only here to make money, okay? So I really don't need all that mathematics. So I don't use this chart. Of course, definitely to use this chart, you must be able to draw lines. You must be able to draw graphs. So this might be useful for some people. After drawing their lines, maybe they use, I don't know whatever statistics they will use. But well, we will stick with what? With our candlesticks, okay? So that's where you change all that anyway. Now, the indicators, the instruments, this is where you have all of them. Now, I can't teach us, in fact, I can't teach you all of this. I'll just mention one or two. But you have all types. Now, how are these things formed? There are people, like I said, now forgive my English, statisticians, okay? Statisticians that they've studied the markets, they've studied the trends, they've done their calculations, they've drawn the graphs and all that, and they've come up with theories, okay? So these are like theories that have been translated into instruments that we can use today, all right? So we have the trend. Now, under the trend, you have a lot of these instruments. You have the accumulative swing index, you have the Aaron directional movement system, DMS, you have the exponential moving average, EMA. I used EMA a lot when I was training, and the parabolic SAR. Okay, I studied about 3 of these. I think I studied about the exponential moving average, the parabolic SAR, and the simple moving average. Yeah, I use those 3 a lot. Then you have the time series moving average, triangular moving average, weighted moving average, and then the Wilder smoothing. So you have all these. Now, I'll just click on one of them just for you to see what it looks like. Okay, I'm not going to teach this. Let's just click on, for example, the parabolic, the exponential moving average. That one is a very popular one. So if you want to really learn about all this, you can learn on it from YouTube. Just type how to use EMA in Forex. Using EMA in Forex, you will see all kinds of videos on it, okay? Just don't disturb yourself. Don't drive yourself crazy. Stick to your own method. But if it's something you love, after watching it, then you start practicing with it. Start placing orders with it, and it might be your style, okay? So if you click on that, it will tell you to put all the parameters, the source, the period, 14 shifts, main, blah, blah, blah. And if you just click OK, you see, that is the line. You see that line, okay? So if you know how to use it, then you will know when to place your orders. So it's like a moving average. Like I said, if you put these in dot line, you will see what is actually, you see what they did. So it's just like taking the medium of, you know, what you had on that chart. So you count it up, count it down. I don't know how they use the mathematics, okay? But mathematically, then you can calculate and make your guesses and go like, all right, with this and from the experience, from the history, this is what is possibly going to happen. You place your order, you set your parameters. That is all, okay? Now, you can click on that and you can move the chart, okay, and see what happens. So you can use it on different hours, okay? So you see it will keep changing depending on the hours, all right? So that's that. I mean, is it more than that? No, you need to go and learn, okay? And when you learn about it, they will, okay, they will tell you how to actually use it, okay? So that's that. I want to delete it. Forgive me, I might have forgotten how to remove it before you just click on it and delete. And I'm trying to. Okay. How do I remove this? There should be a way that will remove all the charts. Let me see. Okay. Where is it? I think it was this. Now, okay, forgive me, I don't know how to remove it again. I will find that later. Like I said to you, I don't use it. Okay, I don't use these stuffs. But there should be a way to remove it. I'll find that before we go. I'll remove that. All right, so let's look at another one. The one I want to show us how to use. So, like I said, you have the oscillators. Okay, there are so many of them also. You have to choose the one you want. You have the MACD. Is a lot. So let me show you, for example, the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. Okay, I'll just teach you in 10 minutes. Okay, just for you to have an idea of how these things work. This is the latest one I learned. Okay, the RSI. So let's use the RSI 14. The person actually taught us the RSI 14, and then you set your levels at 30 and at 70. Okay, you can change it. You can change it to 40 or 50 or whatever. But let's leave it at 30 and 70, and then I'll tell you what it does. Then you click OK, and you see it is formed here. So that's the green one you have here. Okay, that's the green one you have here. Okay. I think I can. No, I know how to. Excuse me. I know how to remove this now. Chart types, indicators. Yeah. No. Oh. I'll still find it. I know you're supposed to be able to just click on remove and it should have removed. I can't remember now. Okay, yes, here. It's here, so forgive me. So it's here. This is where you remove it. Okay, so when you come to object list, okay, then the indicators, and then you can close it. So the one I want to close is the exponential moving average. Okay, so I just close that and you see it has disappeared. All right. Now, the one we want to study is this, the RSI. Yeah. Now, how does this work? From what I learned, okay, this is how it works. Now, you see this green line, yeah? From the calculations, I don't know how they got it, but how this works is this. You see this 30 point mark. You have the 30-point mark, and of course, you have the 70-point mark. Now, when you have a chart, every time it hits the 30-point mark, there is an opportunity to place a buy. Okay, now, but when it hits the 30-point mark, you wait until it forms this retracement pattern, this V pattern. So when it gets this V pattern, then you place your buy. and then you set your profits. Well, you decide what you want to do. But from what the inventor got is that every time he hits that 30-point mark, you have opportunity to do what? To place a sell. And you start placing a sell when you see this V, okay, going back up. Now, so that's the theory, okay? So the guy, every time he sees this, that it hits the 30-point mark, he marks it out, and then he waits for it to turn back, and then he places an order. And of course, you, most of the time, you hit the target, okay? So you see it here. Every time it makes a V, after hitting the 30-point mark, it places an order. Now, the same thing with the 70-point mark. Now, none of them has hit it here. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. So if he sees that it hits the 70-point mark, here again, you see it hit it here, then he keeps watching and waiting for it to make a V. Well, now, this is not a V now, it's like, well, now, this is not a V now, it's like, sorry, who is that? I'm going to feedback. Some people actually please, let's put off every mic. I think it's better now. All right, so that's how this one works. Okay, now let's look at it with other charts. All right, let's pick other instruments. For example, I don't know if natural gas will. Let's see normal currency, no? For example, US dollar, Japanese yen. All right, so we will draw the chart, the oscillator, the RSI, relative strength index. All right, now just all these parameters are okay. Now, and you place it. Yeah. Now, listen, if you feel that the 30-70 parameter is not really working for you, okay, maybe it's not really hitting it often enough, you can reduce the parameter. Are you getting my point? So you can reduce it to like maybe 40-60, for example. So let's do that for this. All right. So we increase this to 40. Excuse me. 40, and then you make this 60. Okay. So yeah. All right. So you see the 40-60 parameters now. Now, what you will do is every time it hits the 60, you wait for it to give you a V, okay, or a curve down, whatever you call it. Now, once it does that, you see that you have opportunity to place a sell. Okay, when it hits the upper parameter, it's a sell you are waiting to place. Okay, a sell order you are waiting to place. So you see that here it hit it at this point. Now you're not going to place your order. You wait. You keep waiting. It's kept going on, and then it's peaked. And then once you see this coming down like V, you place your order. You place a sell, and then you take profit maybe like around here. Okay, you don't wait until it hits it back. Now at this point, also it hits it. The moment it hits it, it started coming back. Yeah, you can place a sell, and take some profit. It hits it here again, and then you keep waiting. But look at it. It started coming back. If you place the sell here, you are unfortunate because it went up again. But what happened? It started coming back again. And if you had placed the sell here, you will still have made money. Okay? So that's how the man explained the use of this particular instrument. So you can see that it's still about personal philosophy and personal strategy. I possibly, if I don't study this very well, if I don't practice this very well, I might not like to use it. But the truth is, reasonably, if you look at this very well, it's working almost all the time. Because every time it makes a V, it goes down really well. Like this, it hits a 40 parameter here, it kept going down. But once it makes a V, you see that you can put a buy, and then it goes up. Okay, it hits it here, you can place a buy, it goes up. Now, all these places, nothing. This, did it hit it? No. So possibly you wouldn't place anything. All this, no. Look at the here, and you can place a sell. At the end of the day, it went down. It hit it here, you place a sell. At the end of the day, it comes down. Now it hits it here, you wait. It started going up, then you see the V, you place a buy. Did it go up? No, it went down again, no problem. But at the end of the day, it went up. So that is the training. I mean, that's the summary. It was a 1 hour class. Okay, I just summarized it for you. But because we did live practice and all that, but that was it. It wasn't more than that. Okay, it wasn't more than that. So that's how to use these instruments. I mean, when you watch more videos, you're definitely going to understand a whole lot more using different ones. But I think más o menos, more or less, we all have an idea now of how these things work. So like I said, there are so many of them. You have the oscillators. Under oscillators alone, look at the number you have. I mean, there are like 98% of these things, I've never used them. Okay, yeah, thank you, David. Now, look at this. You have volatility. That's another set of instruments that you can use. I've never used any of these also myself. Then you have volume. Okay, I think I learned some of these volume sometimes, like price volume trend. Yeah, I think I traded back those years. Then volume oscillator, I used this a bit. But at the end of the day, it's almost saying the same thing. It will always boil down to the same thing, like what is your own method? What's your own conviction, okay? So it's your conviction about the market that you should follow, your instinct and your news and your study, all right? These can help you if you know how to use them, okay? Like the one I showed you now, the RSI, because of the training I attended, I actually have it in mind that throughout next week, I'm going to be practicing that. I'm practicing 2 strategies next week. Mine and this new one, okay? So if I get to like it, possibly I might start using it. But if I see that it's more of risk-taking and guessing for me, then I'm not going to use it because I don't want to guess in Forex. I want to be sure of what I'm trading and stick by it, okay? So that's that. Right, so you have all these volume, then you have orders. There are so many of them. Custom ones, sample alligator is very popular. The EMA is very popular. These ones are the very popular ones, SMAs and all that. So then you can click on more indicators if you want. But now, I think the name of the last one I taught you now is called the RSI. The relative is an oscillator. You find it under the oscillators, and it's called the Relative Strength Index, RSI. Relative Strength Index. This is it here. Okay, Relative Strength Index. That's what it's called. Okay. Yep. Okay. So for those of us that asked me about a little simpler illustration of both buy and or sell orders, example using the euro versus dollar. Okay, no problem. So somebody wants us to do a practical example of how to place an order. Illustration. That's how to place an order. Well, you might not be able to find all these using your phone, okay? All these oscillators, you might not find all of them using your phone. But definitely, yes, there are some of them on your phone. I'm trying to see if I can lay my hands on some. Well, it's just that it's quite difficult, no? So when you want to find them on your phone, you have to click on the graph first, okay? When you click on the graph, then, where is it? Yeah, you have to maximize, okay? There is this icon beside the time icon, like maximize the graph, that one. So that maximize button. So when you click on that, you maximize the graph, okay? So when you maximize the graph, look at the bottom low. You see all those indicators and all that. So here, that's where you have all those indicators, okay? So you can actually go to settings, and then you have tick volume, indicator tiles and all that. Once they are on, then you can excuse me. Yeah, you can click the one that says like F function, the one that is like F. Wait, are you guys seeing me? Let me stop sharing. Okay, now I'm here. Okay, so for those that are using smartphone, let me go back and start again just to explain quickly. So if you want to use any of those indicators on your phone, you click on any of the instruments here on the graph, the one you want to use it on, and then on the side here, beside the time, you click on that maximize button. Okay, so it maximizes the graph. When that is done, you see at the bottom, you see all these functions. So the one with F, when you click on it, yeah, when you click on it, you see it brings you to indicators. Okay, so on that you have plots, and then when you click on that add button, it brings the list of all the indicators, and then you can choose the one you want, and it will apply it to that chart. So you can actually put your chart in horizontally like this on your phone, and then you'll be able to use those indicators. So yes, you can use the indicators also on your phone. It's very possible. Okay. All right. So let's go back to some of these questions. Can I find all these? Yeah. For example, when the euro is higher than the dollar and one decides to buy euro versus dollar, how do you make profits? Who is this? Mr. Uche. That question is quite not clear to me. What do you mean by when the euro is higher than the dollar? Let me bring you on. Hello?
Hello. For example, you say euro dollar and you want to buy euro.
No, you're not buying euro. When it's euro dollar, you have only one value. So it's euro against dollar. You are not buying euro or selling euro. You are not buying or selling currencies.
Yeah.
You understand? You're not buying or selling currencies. You are only placing orders. And what I mean by placing orders is you are suggesting, okay, you are projecting, and you are proposing that the value of euro against dollar will possibly rise, or the value of euro against dollar will possibly fall. It's like euro against naira. How much is euro against naira right now? I think it's about, let's say, 400. Okay, so if you want to trade that on Forex platform, what you will propose is, what you will suggest is, I believe that because of the crisis, the value of naira is going to fall, and the value will be going to 430 by Monday.
Yeah.
So in that case, if maybe you got an hint from Central Bank of Nigeria that we're going to devalue the naira, so you know that it's going to rise, right? That value is going to rise. Then in that case, you will place an order. You are not buying euro or buying naira. No, you place an order, and the order you will place at that point is a buy order. Why? Because you have assurance that the value will rise. So when you place that buy order, and truthfully, the value rises above 400, then you make profit. But on the other hand, if they told you that, listen, we're going to strengthen the naira against the euros, what they are really saying is, you're not going to exchange 1 euro for 400 naira. You're going to exchange 1 euro for possibly 390 naira. So that means the value will drop. That's the euro against naira. That's EURNGN will drop. Just like you have euro against dollar, EURUSD. All right. So once you know that that value will drop, then you will place a sell order. At that point, you have not lost money. You have not won money. You have not made money. You are only staking some money. Yes, you are speculating. That's the word. So you are only speculating. And if your speculation goes right, truly, and at that point, the value starts to drop, and it comes to 399, 398, 395. As it's dropping, you see that you're making green, you're making some profit. Then if it drops to 380 and it stops to drop and it starts rising again, 381, 384, 385, you can quickly close that and take your profit. Because if it rises back to 400 again, you are coming back to zero or minus. Yeah. Exactly. So that's what we're doing here. So we are not buying dollar and selling dollar or buying euro and selling. No, no, no. We are just taking advantage of the exchange rate, the value between two currencies.
Yeah.
But for example, when we traded natural gas on the real account on Tuesday, natural gas was not traded against any currency. We traded the value, the market value of natural gas, and we expected it to rise, and it rose, and we made profit. That's all. You're trading the indices, okay, the US stock. You are not trading US stock against any currency. You are only saying that the economy of the United States is going to get better in the next 3 days. The stocks will rise. And you trade placing a buy order. And when it rises truly, if you place the buy order, you make money. But if you place a buy order saying that the economy will rise, but Trump comes out and says some stupid words, and then the value starts dropping, then you might lose money if you close that order. Do you understand now, sir? Hello? Okay. I believe you understand now.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the explanation.
All right. Thank you, sir. Okay. So, yes, Mr. Christopher. Yes, you can place an order again based on what you speculated recently. You can place order in it as long as you have free margin. I think I said this in maybe the class from yesterday. As long as you have free margin to place your orders, you can place as many orders as you want. But please, you need to watch my video of yesterday. It's extremely important that you take care of your margin level. Extremely important, okay? And of course, I cannot just automatically tell you what volume you should place at every particular time. No. But if you are in my master class, if you are in my group, my trading group, then you will take advantage of that. You will learn about that. So I can specifically tell you the volume you should place every time you place an order, and what price you should place the order, what type of order you should place an order. Yeah, placing new order in demo is not real transaction, but for practice, exactly. You can place as many, but even in real accounts, they don't stop you from placing orders as long as you have free margin to do that. But once your margin is getting to 110%, 115%, there are some orders you cannot place anymore. They will tell you that you don't have sufficient funds for that. Okay, so it's all about your free margin. Okay, so that's it. I don't know if I've done justice to all the things you've asked. Honestly, I think I've tried. Okay, now before I will take more questions, okay, but let me tell us, okay, after tonight, what happens? Some people have been asking me after tonight what happens. I have a group, okay, already formed. It's a WhatsApp group for those that will be interested in continuing practicing with me. Now I know you know how to place your orders. Now, I know you will still be asking me some more questions, which most of the time I will attend to you. But once I see that it's getting to a point where you need to possibly join the master class, I will sell that to you, okay? So that you can join, okay? And because the same thing I will be saying to you is what I will be saying to the master class, and I would not love to keep repeating myself. Like I said, this class is an introductory class. I've done more than introduction, that's the truth. I've set us up to a point where if you do just a little bit more studies on your own, watch more YouTube videos and all that, you already have the basic knowledge, the the basic foundation to trade and be a professional. You already know how not to lose your money. You already know how to place your orders. You already know to an extent how to analyze the market, how to build your own strategy, how to listen to news, where to go to. So the truth is, there is nothing much more that you need to learn. It's just about practice and practice and practice now. Get used to the chart, not just placing orders and leaving it. No, click everything on that chart, everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything. When you click it, it's not going to destroy anything. Just make sure you don't have any open positions and click anything. Once you click on it, read about it. What is that tool for? Anyone you don't understand, Google it. Don't send to me. Google it. Okay, you will find it in Google. Okay, but it's good for you to know more about it, know more about the chart, love the chart, study it. But like I said yesterday, don't just have this class and dump it. If you dump it, it will be very painful to me because it will be a waste. Once you leave it for a while, you possibly might never go back to it. And when you go back to it, it will be like starting all over again. Okay, so that's that. So if you are interested to continue to trade, you can join my masterclass. Okay, for the next 1 week, if you want to leave the group, the WhatsApp group, you can do that. My next training will be coming up on the 1st of June, from 1st to 5th of June. If you still want to participate, maybe to repeat the same course again, you are welcome. All you need to do is stay put on that group. Don't leave the group. Okay, I'm not going to delete people on the group except I reach maximum of 250 people. Okay, so but if you want to repeat this course with me, stay on the group. And also, like I asked of us yesterday, only 3 people did that. Only 3 people gave me their testimonies. I need your testimonies. I need to be encouraged. Okay, don't even give me money. Okay, don't give me money to encourage me, but I need your testimonies. If truly you learned anything, please send me a message. Tell me what you learned. Tell me if the lecture was good. Tell me about my delivery. Tell me about my methods. Tell me about my strategies. Share your own experience, okay? A couple of people do that. 3 people actually did that for me, and I appreciate that. I mean, that is worth more than money for me, because that will boost my morale and make me know that I've not wasted how many hours now? 10 hours of my life, okay? And I've not wasted 10 hours of your life too, plus your data, okay? So please tell me about that. Can you tell me about my shirt? Why not? What about my shirt? Springfield. Tell me about my shirt, David. Tell me about anything, okay? I'm open, okay? Yeah, so thank you very much, David. But please send me all these on WhatsApp, okay? I cannot copy it from here. I want to use them, okay? Don't worry, I'm not going to put your name or your phone numbers. I'm not, okay? Now, but I need those testimonies, okay, to advertise for my next class. Thank you. The master group is not on Zoom, okay? It's, of course, it's on WhatsApp. It's a new WhatsApp group entirely, but it costs money, okay? So it costs money to join. Not 200, not 100. It's not, no. It's a subscription, okay? I know many of us have subscriptions for Netflix and all that. I don't think it's too much if you have like €5 or €10 subscription for Forex signals and training. So there, one thing what we do on that group is we'll give signals. Like I will analyze the market and I will tell when to enter. I will tell you the time. I will give you the signals, and then I will give the signals. I'll tell you exactly what instrument to trade, when to enter, what take profit you should set, what stop loss you should set, and then because it's individual, based on the account you have. If you have a €200 account, a €1,000 account, I'll be able to tell you the volume that you should trade, okay, considering your margin level. And if you stick to that, you will make as much profit as I will be making, okay? So that's one of the advantages. Another advantage is we're going to be having lots of professionals, like people that have lots of experience, as in big time traders from the UK, especially, and from the US that will join us once in a while. We'll invite them. They will give us trainings on Zooms like this. We'll pay for them. They train us more. We rub minds together. And of course, my local self, I will train people also. We share ideas together. That's what that group is for. So if you're interested in that, you can let me know after now. So for those that really want to start trading real accounts from now, I will suggest that you join that group, because if you put real money in your account, you don't want to lose it. And of course, you just don't want to be scared looking at the money. You want to start making profit. And I know what it means when you have real money. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I know what it is. You will be so scared, you will not make any trade. Go and try it. Just say Shola said it. Put real money in your account and see how the dynamics is going to change. You'll be so shocked, and every order you want to place, you'll be scared. You will find yourself closing your orders because they are going against you. You won't have patience again. It's quite different. The dynamics is quite different from demo account. So I don't want you to go through such experience. I want you to, of course, learn, have some high blood pressure, have some adrenaline running, but making profit. Okay, so that's one thing we assure you of. The other thing I wanted to say is, for those that want to invest in trading, we have that as a product. So I will put that on the group. I'll put the link. It's investment. There are 3 products there. We have the 3 months investment plan, the 6 months investment plan, and the 1 year investment plan. Last year, there was a lady that invested up to, not once, she was doing the monthly one, and she invested about 5 times. She lives in Mallorca here, and she was investing every month. And at the end of the year, I think she invested over 5 million naira. Okay, she was investing from her money in Nigeria, and over 5 million. And you can imagine getting 10% every month on that. So extra 500,000 just came in for her like that. All right. So I will also share that link on the group. Okay. The last one is, if you want me to partner with you as a trader, maybe you've been trading before and you want me to partner with you to give you signals. You possibly don't want to be in the master group, but you just want us to make personal arrangements. I'll be giving you signals, you'll be trading. At the end of the month, we agree on a percentage. That's also very possible. So that's all I want to sell. But what would you guys pay me? Two things I'm asking for you. One, please send me your testimonies, okay? Tell me about what you've learned, if you learned something, how was the class, the audio, the video, the chats. Was it easy to register on the platform? Was it a new experience for you? Was it worth it? Okay, please, I need you to say something about all that. And secondly, I will share the next training on the group, the flyer. Help me invite friends, families, people. As you have seen now, it's nothing harmful. It's nothing they should be scared of. As a matter of fact, I think it's something everyone should know about. At least you should know about your financial world, not just people making decisions over your life and you don't even know what happened. They tell you there is economic crisis and you say, yes. What's economic crisis? You don't know. What crashed? You don't know. Was it oil that crashed the economy? Was it real estate? Was it? A lot of people don't know, okay? But if you attend this class now, you visit those websites, now you are more knowledgeable. You can tell people what tomorrow will be. You are not a prophet, and if you're a prophet, you make more money. You make more money prophesying the financial future of people. No, I'm kidding. Forgive me. You're not to sell that. But you'll be able to tell people what the future holds. You'll be able to advise people better what type of jobs they should go into and what type of investments they can make. Okay, so I think that is one of the things that it's done for you. So if it has done that for you, let me know. Okay, but like I said, I'm still very open to questions from us. I'll always be there. Send me WhatsApp messages. You can testify, all of you that sent me messages. I don't neglect anybody. I respond to you as soon as I can, almost immediately. That's my as soon as I can. And I will always do that. I will always do that for us. Thank you very much. So if you have questions now, I'm open because I really want to finish on time. Okay, and I think we've done, so far, I think I've done all I need to do in this course. So let me hear from us, please. If we have questions, we want to say something. Anybody? Are we happy? Did we gain something? Just say yes if you gained something. If you think it's worth it, just say yes. Okay. I want to know. Charity has a question, or she's clapping for me. It has to be one of those two. Okay. David, was it worth it for you? Because you are a trader. I know you're a trader. You're a bar trader. You're very good at it. I know you just came here to laugh. Yeah. It's worth your time and data. I'm happy for you. Mr. Chukwemeka, you really tried. I really commend people from Nigeria. That's a lot of money you guys have spent. I know how much it costs to actually get data in Nigeria. It's expensive. We pay monthly here, so I can have my internet on all day long, all night. But Nigeria isn't like that. It's not that easy. So I know. So thank you very much, all the people from Nigeria. But please help me share this program. Yeah, definitely you need to learn more. Definitely, I'm still learning a lot more. You can see from the instruments that I don't even know any of them. So if I really want to say I want to become a professor of Forex, I have to know all that. So every one of us will keep learning. We'll keep learning every day. But the most important thing is, okay, no problem, Mr. Christopher. Anytime you have your demo ready, I will be willing to answer your questions anytime. Okay, so we still have to keep learning. Okay. Thank you very much. So I will send the flyer to the group. The link for the WhatsApp group is the same link you used, so you can share that. Amen, Mrs. Buki. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so I will share the flyer and of course the link. I'll repeat the link. Yeah, so you can help me share it to everybody on your group, and if you're on Facebook, you can share it. I'll make a new video. I'll make a new video with your testimonies. For those of you that will have testimonies and all that, I will know how to put it together and make a video with it. And that will be my new video. Hopefully tomorrow or next it will be out to advertise for the next class. So throughout next week, I'll be trying to get more people to join the class, and then the class will start next week, upper week Monday, by 9 p.m. It's going to be 9 p.m. now, 9 to 11 or 9 to 9:30, thereabout, maybe 1.5 hours. Because now we have the video from this past one, so I'll always give them an assignment to watch the previous video, so I can spend lesser time training people live. Okay, that's the idea. Okay. All right, let me stop the recording. Definitely.